Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I've done videos in the past about the differences between using a Neko rig and a Shaky head. Well, I'm out here on Lake Geneva today, and I'm telling you, this is the epitome of what I've been talking about. Throwing a Neko rig versus a Shaky head, one being very, very successful, the other being nothing but total frustration the entire day. When we come back, guys, I'm going to show you in practice the difference between throwing a Neko rig and a Shaky head. Same baits, same locations, one's working, one's not. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. Like I said, we're out here on Lake Geneva, and although I was coming out here to do one type of video, I ended up, we're talking about Neko rigs. I've been catching them today, just taking a Zoom trick worm with a standard Neko setup, a collar, Neko hook, and I've been dyeing the tail a little bit, chartreuse, and I've been putting a VMC Half Moon. This is a HMWW 316. That's the weight that I've been putting in the head of the Neko. So to show you the rigging on it, it's very simple. I've got the collar over the worm, hook face up obviously, and then I just take my Half Moon weight and slip it into the head. And to be honest, guys, I'm working this bait down to 12 or more feet deep. And what I'm doing is just finding the breaks, starting at 8 feet, and then the break goes from like 8 to 12 and then drops down into 15, 20 feet. And right on those breaks, these fish are sitting there. So I've got this bait rigged just like this. When I started, the very first thing I started with is a Shaky head. And this is what I came back with almost every cast, which is just weed slime over the Shaky head. Same bait, same chartreuse tip, the whole deal. But guys, take a look at some of this footage. Zero fish on this, and these are the fish that we got using the Neko rig.
I had one bite on a Carolina today, and I threw it. Oh, we got 3 on the jig, or 5 on the jig this morning too. 4 or 5, I think. Early.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just a small little largemouth on a Neko rig. No,
Oh, sideways, wacky?
yeah.
About 19 out by the buoys, or 14, whatever. There you go. Any size? Any with him? Another largie? Isn't that beautiful? Swimming that thing?
Not really swimming it, but I was moving it.
Moving it.
Just a little one. So guys, there are very definite benefits to throwing the Neko rig. And the biggest one is it's mid-May right now. There is about this much kind of grass and slime on the bottom of the lake floor right now. By throwing that Neko rig, I'm keeping my hook above that grass, and just the nose of my bait is kind of getting into the grass. Every once in a while I'll come back with a little bit of grass, but not very often. And so I can work that bait above any of that grass, but when I get to those clear spots, this thing just stands out so nicely, and those bass were just eating that bait with the Neko. It's just so, if I had drugged that shaky head through the grass, then got to a clear spot, by that point, that shaky head had grass all over it and it wasn't going to get bit. But this bait, you can drag it through the grass, and then when you get to that clear spot, it's still clean and they're biting. Do another one for the camera. So, guys, I'm definitely suggesting, yes, a shaky head has its moments, especially if you're working rocky types of banks and primarily clean bottoms. But when you get to those bottoms that have that grass and things like that, go to a Neko rig and see if that doesn't work better than your traditional shaky head. So guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.